All right, hey y'all, hey, welcome back to another episode of Andrea Speaks TV. I'm your host, Andrea, and I'm back to bring you news and commentary you can use, okay? Hope everyone is doing well. What is today, y'all? Wednesday. It's Wednesday, okay? So I just wanted to come on. I was live earlier. Guess what? I'm back live again. It's so much that I could talk about, but I found a couple of more stories that I wanted to come on and I'll let you all know about, okay? First of all, let me share this live to the community tab. Before we begin, before we get started. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I won't keep you long, okay? All right. What I wanted to tell you, what I wanted to come on. Hey. All right. Hope you all are doing well. I appreciate your support, okay? Thank you so much, okay? I want to invite you all to subscribe to the channel, join our community. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. That will let me know you can hear me. That will let me know you can see me. And that will also give me feedback on the channel, okay?
Subscribe.
That's right. Subscribe and join our community here. Y'all, listen, I hope you're doing well. Let me know where you're tuning in from, okay? If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Okay, I'm Andrea, host of Andrea Speaks TV, and I am here in Georgia, okay? The great state of Georgia. And I have subscribers, I have viewers from all over the United States as well as all over the world. So I want to take time to say thank you and welcome to the channel. Okay, y'all, listen, there's so much going on. I almost want to ask myself, where do I even begin? Okay. Let's see here. What do I want to speak about first? Okay. All right. Listen, let me look here. I had a story up, but then I accidentally closed out the tab, so I'm just trying to find it again, okay? All right, let's see. Give me just a minute, y'all. Okay, let me look up this story here. Let me see, I'm trying to fix something here on the screen. Okay, well, I'm not worried about that part. Okay. Let's see. Okay, all right. Shout out to you in Kentucky. Okay, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you all. All right, listen. Is this your first time tuning in, or you've tuned in before, Ashley? Thank you so much for your support. Y'all, I saw an article that I wanted to talk about, and now I can't even find it. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. I may have to type it in. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about, okay? Listen, you all know I have a migrant crisis coverage playlist right here on the channel. Well, I figured it would be a good idea to come on and update you and let you know that just recently, okay, just what, this week? Just yesterday, I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, but, excuse me, President Biden made an announcement, what is being called as an executive action on immigration. Okay, please let me know in the comments whether you're watching now live or you're watching the replay. Let me know, have you heard about this? Okay, let's talk about it now. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to the very beginning. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I may have to go to, I know y'all probably like, okay, Andrea, like, what's going on? But I had it pulled up, and then for some reason, let me see if I can go back and okay, let me see if this one is what I want to talk about. Okay, here it is, y'all. Okay, U.S. agents. Okay, U.S. agents on Wednesday, which is today. Okay, according to my sources, U.S. agents Wednesday began turning back migrants along the border with Mexico under President Biden's new asylum restrictions. Okay, while administration officials sought to what is being described as tamp down expectations for a sudden drop in what they're calling unauthorized crossings. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you all so much for your support. Listen, a day after the president, hey Susan, all right, hello to you in South Carolina. Okay, hello to everyone here. I'm sending a hello to you in Georgia. Okay, make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel that you subscribe and join our community. Okay, I'm on talking about President Biden's recent announcement regarding some changes to the immigration policy, and I would like to know your thoughts. Okay. Listen, according to my sources, a day after the president declared an emergency at the border and issued a suspension of U.S. asylum protections, two administration officials told reporters that migrants who entered unauthorized, okay? Yes, okay, the water situation, okay? The water situation, from my understanding, is better. Many more people now have water. And so whatever has been done within the past 24 hours or several days seems to have somewhat been a solution. Okay. My family and I, we, thankfully we have had water the entire time. And, some people who had been without water, they finally have water. Okay. Thank you so much. That shows me that you've been keeping up with everything on the channel. I really appreciate you, Susan. Okay. Listen, y'all. We're talking about the recent immigration policy updates or changes that were just recently announced. Okay, so according to my sources, a day after the president declared an emergency at the border and issued a suspension of U.S. asylum protections, two administration officials told reporters that migrants who entered illegally or unauthorized, okay, sometimes this platform, from what I am learning, they don't like you to use certain words. And that term, the word that I just used that I was trying not to use, for some reason, when you type that as a comment, it will hide your comment, or it'll do like hide under review. So just so I'm not trying to tell you what you can and can't say. Okay, definitely it's your choice. But from what I see, okay, sometimes I'm like, where are the comments? And then when I look under where it says hold or held for review, a lot of a lot of the comments that have that word, they hold that for review. Okay, this platform doesn't like that word. Just a heads up. Okay. So what they're saying is the officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity. I hope I say that right, y'all. They wanted to remain anonymous. Okay. Under ground rules set by the administration, declined to say how many migrants were returned. Okay. Biden's new measures imposed restrictions on asylum as long as unauthorized border crossings remain above an average of 1,500 per day, or 1,500 per day. Okay. The official said it was too soon to gauge whether the restrictions would have a deterrent effect on migrants seeking to enter the U.S. unauthorized, okay, and they acknowledged limitations in detention space and deportation capacity would blunt their ability to apply the restrictions, okay. One official said the administration will increase efforts during the initial weeks of the new restrictions to take advantage of Biden's measures, but cautioned that the effect on crossings remain to be seen, okay. Biden officials say deportations are crucial to driving down unlawful crossings because they impose consequences on migrants who do not seek legal entry. Okay. The administration has not scheduled a short term increase in deportation flights to ramp up the number of migrants returned to their home countries under the new measures, according to three separate Department of Homeland Security officials who spoke on the condition they wanted to remain anonymous to discuss internal operations. Okay. Biden officials say, this is what they're saying, y'all, that they have increased the number of migrants being deported or returned to Mexico to the highest level in a decade. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement operates about 5 to 7 deportation flights per day, primarily to Central America and other nations in the Western Hemisphere. I didn't know that. Did you all know that? Those flights, according to my sources, typically carry about 100 to 120 deportees. The flights require significant planning and coordination in addition to their cost. Okay, who is paying? Now that I know this information, the question that I'm asking is, who is paying for it? Is it the taxpayers? Is it the consumers, tax-paying citizens like you and I? Have a lot of questions about that, okay? Now, the Department of Homeland Security officials said the administration would instead seek to send more migrants back across the land border with Mexico. Mexican authorities limit the nationalities they will take back to Central Americans, Cubans, Haitians, and Venezuelans. That's according to my sources, okay? Mexico does not take back the migrants who have been crossing into the United States in record numbers from China, India, nations in Africa, and elsewhere around the world. The U.S. officials who spoke to reporters Wednesday acknowledged that Biden's new restrictions would not allow for quick deportations of those migrants, even while cutting off their ability to qualify for U.S. asylum and the legal residency it bestows, okay? Now, the Biden administration also, according to my sources, said it declared an emergency on the border this week because the immigration system, listen to this, y'all, okay? You know, like I said, for those of you all just joining, thank you so much. I'm giving you an update on the migrant crisis, okay? There was recently, just yesterday, I believe, an announcement by a current administration that they're making some changes to the immigration policy, okay? So according to my sources here, the Biden administration said it declared an emergency on the border this week because the immigration system is working at full tilt and still cannot keep up with the number of arrivals from around the world who are claiming asylum to get into the United States, even though most are ineligible. Okay, please share your thoughts, all right? Officials say immigration judges are churning out historic numbers of court rulings. I'm sorry, let me read that again, okay? Officials say that immigration judges are churning out historic numbers of court rulings. Asylum officers are processing thousands of cases, and immigration agents are removing migrants as at the fastest clip in more than a decade, okay? More are arriving and seeking protection at the U.S. southern border, despite expanded opportunities for them to apply to enter legally, they say, okay? Now, the emergency measures, okay, put in place by President Biden and his administration will remain, my article says, in place until unlawful crossings fall below a daily average of 1,500 per day for a week straight. Okay, they have not been that low for any period during his presidency, according to my sources. The restrictions on asylum eligibility would be triggered again if average daily crossings surpass 2,500 according to the new rules. Okay, so there are a lot of stipulations, it seems like. Do you feel like these are real solutions? Some people, of course, are not happy. You know, there are some people who may be pleased with this, some people who may not be. Feel free to share your thoughts. Again, I asked the question, are these real solutions? Okay, some people feel like these measures come a little bit too late. And then there are some that feel like, okay, well, it is an election year. This is his attempt to, in some way, offer what may be a real solution. But let me know your thoughts on that, okay? All right, again, thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you all. I just want to bring you all an update on that. In other news, okay, let me check and see what else is going on. If you have a topic that you would like for me to cover, feel free to put it in the chat, okay? All right, let's take a look here. Another thing that I'm seeing, y'all, I'm seeing a lot of food recalls. There was one that I saw, black pepper. I talked about there's a black pepper recall. What is really going on? There is a dessert recall. Another recall I spoke about, cucumbers. Just all kind of things are going on. It makes you really wonder, as I have said before, is our food supply under attack? Okay, what is going on with our food supply? Now, I know some people may say, okay, well, Andrea, there are food recalls that happen every year, and that may be true. Okay, I don't always keep up with the statistics, right, from year to year, year over year. However, this seems like the first time that I have noticed there have been some very concerning recalls where it seems back to back. Are you all feeling the same way? Let me know how you all feel about that, okay? Let me take a look and see what else is going on, okay? You all, please let me know if the comments are working. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. That will help more people discover the video. That will also give me some feedback on how you feel about the content. It does seem suspicious. It's very concerning. It makes you wonder, why are there so many recalls happening back to back, okay? Another thing that I have noticed that's been going on is the weather, okay? Have you all been noticing? Now, I'm here in Georgia. We have been getting rain. There are some parts of the United States where it seems like there has been consistently bad weather, okay? Particularly in the, I want to highlight Tennessee. I'm not sorry, not Tennessee, Texas, okay? Is anyone tuned in from Texas? I want to talk about this. One thing that I have been noticing. Okay, this is an article I came upon. Okay, let's talk about Texas for a minute. You may or may not be aware, Texas, okay, the Houston area, and other parts of Texas have, like I said, been consistently hit with a series of severe weather, whether it's flooding, tornadoes, and it makes me wonder even more. It doesn't seem just how the pattern that things have been, happening in. I'm questioning whether this is really something natural or if there is some type of alteration, okay, in the weather pattern. Let's talk about this, y'all, okay? I have some information here, and it says, this is from the Houston Chronicle, okay? Houston has been hit by rounds of floods and tornadoes. When does Texas severe weather end, okay? According to my sources, Texas, the state of Texas, has had a very busy severe weather season from March through April and into much of May, okay? Go back and look, y'all. You can do your research. It's just been like one thing after one thing after one thing, the next thing happening in the Texas area, okay? Now, listen to this, y'all. The National Weather Service, okay? I want you all to listen to this now. The National Weather Service has confirmed more than 65 reported tornadoes throughout the state, since the start of March. While that number is very close to what Texas typically sees during the spring, the amount of hail in Texas this year has been exceptionally high. Okay, in May alone, my sources say the state has produced at least 431 severe hail reports in which hail measured at least an inch in diameter. Okay, that is 24%, my sources say, above average for the entire month. And we still have an entire week's worth to add to that total. In addition, the Weather Service has noted at least 111. We're talking about the state of Texas, y'all, okay? In addition, the Weather Service has noted at least 111 reports of at least 2-inch hail, the most ever large hail reports in the month of May, according to the data set put forth by Iowa State University, okay? Again, I asked the question, why has Texas, in particular, the state of Texas, why have they seen such severe weather and repeatedly happen over the past several months? Okay, if you are in the state of Texas and you can offer some insight into this, please share, because I have been noticing with weather reports and articles, you know, a lot has been happening in Texas, okay? Now, they're also saying that Texas is already entering the tail end of severe weather season. And, you know, I don't know if that necessarily could be true because, again, these unusual weather patterns, okay? When you think it's supposed to be hot, what is it? It's cold. It seems like it's the opposite, okay? Have you all been noticing that? All right, let's see. It's something going on, definitely, I feel like. Okay, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to persuade you to feel a certain way, but it does not seem, it seems very unnatural almost, so to speak. But let me know how things have been in your area, okay? It has been hot here in Georgia. We've seen some hot days, rainy days. It rained today. It also rained, I believe, yesterday. And so, but I did notice that in the state of Texas, it seemed like it was just happening over and over again, okay? All right, y'all, listen. I may have time for one more story before I have to end the live. Please let me know if there are any topics that I need to cover. Earthquakes, okay? I do see some reports of some earthquakes happening. There was a small earthquake reported, I believe, in North Georgia, somewhere near the Tennessee border. It was like, I don't even know if it was categorized as a minor earthquake. I believe it was maybe 2.6, okay, on the Richter scale. I don't know if that's, like I said, I don't know if that's considered minor. I didn't feel it. I'm not that far up in North Georgia. But there was also an earthquake recently reported, 2.6 magnitude earthquake felt in Orange County. This is in the California area. A small earthquake, it says, was reported in Orange County Wednesday afternoon, the latest minor quake, okay, to be felt in Southern California over the past 4 days. It happened around 1:46 p.m., about 2 miles east of Newport Beach at a depth of about 7.7 miles, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Okay, so there are earthquakes going on. Now, it was also reported that around 41 people in the area confirmed feeling a jolt in their area as of 2 p.m. Okay, thankfully, there were no reports of injuries or damage so far. Okay. All right, so that was some news out of California. Let's see what's happening in New York. You all know, those of you all who follow the channel, you all know I spent some time in New York last summer. Okay, beautiful place. I hope to go back sometime soon. Okay. All right, listen, thank you all for supporting the channel, okay? Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I want to invite you to subscribe and join our community, okay? Now, listen, okay? You all know I have spoken about here in Georgia and parts of the southeast United States, southeastern United States, rather. These, cicadas that have been hatching, I guess you could say. Well, listen, in New York, they're saying, so if you're in the New York area, okay, there's some concerns about a giant flying Joro spider, that's Joro, that are coming to the New York City area this summer. And it's even being described, y'all, as stuff of your nightmares, okay? Now, let's see what in the world is going on. Why are all these insects and creatures, so to speak, how are they all of a sudden just coming out of the woodwork, it seems, okay? Do y'all know about the cicadas? Okay, I did a video about that, maybe 1 or 2 videos, and I talked about that. Listen, with the cicadas, y'all, do you know that people are actually putting them in food? Do your research on that. They're actually, I don't know if they cook them. I don't know what they do, but somehow they're making dishes that people can eat with cicadas in them, like a cicada salad. It looks crazy, y'all, but I don't know how it tastes. I'm definitely not going to be one to try it and see how it tastes. But I told y'all what, they're, you know, with all of these different things happening with the food, they're looking for different alternatives to protein. And one of those are what, y'all? Bugs, okay? But let's talk about what's supposed to be happening in New York City and the New York City area, okay? This news is out of New York. Okay, so this is headline news in New York, okay? Giant flying Joro spiders. Okay, you can look this up. Joro is spelled Joro spiders, native to East Asia, are moving northward across the East Coast, including NYC. Okay, hey, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Listen, the question isn't if they're coming to the New York City area, it's when. Okay, according to my sources. Now, this is someone from the University of Georgia, an ecologist from the University of Georgia, who said, and I quote, okay, if you're an arachnophobe, meaning you have a fear of spiders, right? These things are the stuff of your nightmares. That's how they're being described, okay? They're so big, okay, according to Andy Davis, an ecologist at the University of Georgia. They're so big that they're so big, they're so striking, and they're so scary looking. Okay, I'm taking a quote from what they said. The large and vividly colored Joro spider with its 4-inch long legs, enabling it to glide through the air, might reach as far north as New Jersey this summer. The New Jersey Pest Control warned earlier this year. Okay, do y'all hear what I'm saying? So we've had to worry about, think about what I've talked about here on the channel, y'all. These are all things, it's not anything I made up. These are things that are actually happening, okay? Listen, listen, y'all, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our community. I appreciate your comments, and I appreciate your support. Listen, we've talked about genetically modified mosquitoes. We've talked about cicadas. Now we gotta try to go through life trying to dodge these Joro spiders, giant Joro spiders. Y'all, it's crazy out here. Okay, listen. According to authorities, okay, or I'm sorry, the New Jersey Pest Control, they said this, and I quote, as the Joro spider invasion continues its northward trajectory, the possibility of their arrival in New Jersey later this year has heightened concerns among residents and authorities alike, the company said. The potential for these spiders to establish populations in new regions raises questions about how local ecosystems will respond and adapt to their presence. This is a real story. I want y'all to look this up, okay? Here's everything you need to know about the Joro spider, including their size, origin, and what to do if they bite you. Okay, the Joro spider is part of a group of spiders known as orb weavers for their highly organized wheel-shaped webs. Joro females have colorful yellow, blue, and red markings on their bodies and can measure 3 inches across when their legs are fully extended, okay? They're from, as I reported, East Asia, okay? Some they're saying are from Japan. According to another news source, the Joro spider's golden web has already been spotted in Georgia and South Carolina. Oh my goodness, y'all, okay? The 8-legged spider, okay, was first found in Georgia about 9 years ago. Research from the University of Georgia suggests the invasive arachnids will start crawling through most of the eastern seaboard of the United States. Oh my goodness, okay? Right, if so, that's a good question. If they know that they are coming, why, or what are they doing? What kind of protective measures are they putting into place? Okay, that's a very good question. So I want you all to research this. I don't have it where I can share my screen. I'm recording, I'm doing it live on my mobile device. I have my laptop in front of me, but I want you to do your research on this. If you type in the Joro spider, Joro spider, I see a picture of someone holding it. I definitely wouldn't be trying to hold it, but I see a picture of someone holding it in their hand, and it is pretty large. So you all, should check that out. Now, the question is, are Joro spiders invasive? Let's see. An assistant professor of forest health and invasive species at Clemson University found the species is, and I quote, here to stay and spreading like wildfire. Okay, the data, here's another quote, those data show that the spider is going to be able to inhabit most of the eastern U.S. It shows that their comfort area and their native range matches up very well with much of North America. Okay, their researchers are said to be monitoring their spread and studying their behavior. The question is, do Joro spiders bite? The quote by here's a statement by WebMD. Says the Joro spiders can bite humans, but it prefers to avoid confrontation. The spider also has small fangs that don't easily pierce human skin. In the unlikely event that a Joro spider bites you, the The bite will feel like a bee sting and may cause temporary redness. Y'all just think about everything that's going on. And now we got to worry about something like this. Y'all, it's really shocking, okay? The most direct way, the question is, how do you get rid of these spiders? How do you unalive them? Here's a quote from research by the University of Georgia, who's put out a statement and said, and I quote, the most direct way to get rid of problematic spiders is to unalive them, okay? It says the manual technique of wrapping them up in the web and stepping on them is very effective. Now, it's going to take time to wrap it up in the web. I don't know, okay? I'm not here to tell you to do any of that. It says simply destroying the web is not effective as they rebuild in short order, okay? The question is, are they venomous? And it says, according to my sources now, if you ever encounter a Joro spider, don't be alarmed. They are very skittish. Scientists say they have a neurotoxin venom used to immobilize their prey. However, it is not very potent and only causes some redness and blistering to people except those with allergic reactions, okay? Listen, y'all, do your research. This sounds like, now I have not seen this as headline news. I do, when I went to my news source, my Fox New York news source, it was there on the home page. However, I don't really see this being talked about, okay? So this is definitely something I want to encourage you to research, especially if you're on the East Coast. I'm here in Georgia, but it's very concerning, okay? Does anyone have any stories? Maybe there's a story that I need to cover that maybe I did not forget about, that a story that I forgot about. Please let me know, okay? Wait on that, okay? Uh-oh, my little, let me fix that, okay? All right. Are all of you subscribed to the channel? Okay. Please put yes, no, or I don't know how to subscribe. Let me know if you're subscribed to the channel. Okay. Let me see what else. I'm just looking through some of the stories, maybe some topics that I need to cover. Are you all subscribed to the channel? Speaking of tornadoes, I do see where there was a story that came out that someone was seriously injured after a tornado sweeps through northern DC suburbs, okay? I'm not sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but don't hear about many tornadoes in the Washington. Thank you so much for subscribing, Susan. I appreciate you. Do we really ever hear about tornadoes in Washington, D.C.? You all know, again, last summer, I was in Washington, D.C., okay? I even have some videos in front of the White House, okay? Right here on the channel, so please be sure to check those out, okay? You can look back through my many, many videos here on the channel and learn from those as well, okay? Let's see. Any other topics we should cover, y'all? I'm just kind of looking through to see maybe some news that we maybe missed. I do want to take a moment. I don't think I have commented on this, but as I reported, okay, actually, I went live. I attempted to go live, but for some reason, this platform didn't want to show my video. But I did a reaction. I was attempting to do a reaction regarding the news about former President Trump being found guilty on so many charges concerning his most recent case. The comment that I have is, I don't know all the details and specifics of exactly what he was being accused of, but the fact that this made history, I believe the first president to be charged with or convicted of a felony, correct me if I'm wrong, very shocking. Many of us knew, you know, we hoped that this would not be the outcome, but in so many ways we saw it coming. And as I've said before here on the channel, even if you don't support him, even if you don't vote for him, you can't help but just look and wonder and say, or at least I think so, you can't help but say, wow, it really seems like they're trying to keep him from running for office. So, you know, it really makes me wonder, is our justice system being weaponized. Okay, how is it? Why, I look at the timing of everything too, right? This, we know this is an election year. He's said to be the leading Republican candidate, presidential candidate, and it seems like they really don't want him to be running for office. So I believe it's been said that, he and his legal team are going to go through the appeals process, but we'll see how all of this plays out. Okay, there are some people who are celebrating what happened to him. Then there are some people who are very upset. Okay, but the point that I take is, I know that I cannot directly control. It goes back to what I was saying about focusing on what you can and cannot control. Okay, he has often said that, you know, they're not really coming after him. They're coming after the Americans, and he's just standing in the way. And so for a lot of people, who took that quote, they really take that quote to heart. They look and say, wow, okay, it could be said that they got him, in some type of way. And now what's going to happen? Some people are fearful. But again, my suggestion is focus on what you can control, whether it's what's happening in your local community, what's happening in your household. Get all of that in order, okay? So no matter what goes on, you and your family can be protected. You'll still be able to provide for them, because there are just simply some things, okay? Even what's happening way over in the Middle East, right? There are simply some things that you can just, like I said, simply not control, okay? So just focus on what you can control. But again, you can't help but say, okay, wow, it seemed like you're really trying to keep him out of office, okay? Out of office again, all right? You all can share your thoughts if you would like, but those are my thoughts on that, okay? All right, y'all, listen. There was one other thing that I wanted to leave on your mind. Speaking of focusing on what you can control, give me just a moment. I wanted to share something with you. I hope you all are enjoying the live, okay? We've been on almost 40 minutes now, and I hope you all are enjoying the live, okay? Listen, I do want to share a site with you, okay? I do have a site where you can get your emergency food supply, your survival needs, and so I'm going to put that in the chat. And when you get time, okay, please make sure you check the site, okay? I am an affiliate, so if you make a purchase, I may receive a commission, but I'm not telling you to go to something that I haven't even gone to. I purchase and have purchased some products from this site as well. And so I just want to share with you as another resource, as a means to, get the things that you need, okay? And it's very simple to remember. It's simply preparewithandrea.com, okay? So I'm going to type that in the chat as soon as the chat gets up. I'm using my secondary electronic device. So I'll be able to put that up in just a moment, okay? I may not even be able to type it in, but it's preparewithandrea, ANDREA.com, okay? I'll go back and link it to, I'll put the link in the description after this live, okay? But it's just simple, prepare, the word prepare, with Andrea, ANDREA.com, okay? And you can get your survival needs, emergency food supply and survival needs. Right now, you can save $200 off a 3-month emergency food supply. If you look at some of my older videos, you're welcome, Susan. Thank you. Okay. If you look at some of my older videos, I show you the food buckets that I have. Okay. All of those things are there. Okay. A lot of things that you can get as far as emergency food supply and survival needs. Okay. So make sure you check out my site. Once you go to preparewithandrea.com, if you click the logo, it'll say my Patriot Supply. It'll take you to the full site where you can get some of your other things, okay? I will eventually have it set up to where I can share my screen with you. I don't have that technology set up, but I don't know why, for some reason. Maybe YouTube will eventually get that feature, okay, to make it a little bit easier. All right, y'all, let me, there was a story that I wanted to share with you. One story that I have talked about previously that I think we really need to pay our attention to. Let me say that again, okay? One story that I've spoken about before, more than once, okay, that I feel like all of us need to pay attention to. And I'm asking the question, is this the next thing? Okay, could this be the next pandemic or plandemic, as some of you refer to? The 2024 bird flu outbreaks, okay? Did you know that there are massive poultry losses and food supply threats surrounding this bird flu? Okay, listen, y'all. According to my sources, okay, currently, whether you know it or not, please let me know in the comments. Do you know about what's happening with the bird flu? Okay, this bird flu outbreak. Okay, I know sometimes there are some people who may be familiar with it. There may be some people who have no idea what's going on at all. But listen, I want to bring your attention to this, and I want to share with you why we should be concerned. Okay, currently, according to my sources, there is an unprecedented surge of bird flu cases in North America. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do you all see how I'm coming on? I'm sharing information with you all, okay? That's because I want you to be in a position where you can protect, provide for your family with everything that's going on, okay? I started this channel back in 2021 because of everything that was going on. I say, you know what? They're telling us this, they're telling us that. The story changed. Now they're saying this. What is it that we really need to know, okay? So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join our community, because listen, this is a place where you can learn so much, okay? I share with you all share with me. So you learn from me, I learn from you. But listen, currently, according to my sources, there is an unprecedented surge of bird flu cases in North America that should be deeply troubling, okay, to all of us, especially if you care about your food security, okay? Now, this is always not headline news in the media, but I want to share some information with you, okay? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 92.34 million birds have been unalive since the flu hit our shores. The CDC has identified outbreaks in 48 states. At the rate it's spreading, okay, this pandemic will likely have far-reaching consequences for America's food supply chain. Okay. Major U.S. bird flu and chicken incidents since November 2023. Okay, I want to read some of these to you. There was an outbreak at an Iowa egg farm there was an outbreak at an Iowa egg farm in May of 2024. Iowa's poultry industry suffered a devastating blow with 4.2 million chickens culled due to a severe bird flu outbreak. You can look up these stories, okay? This incident underscores the virus's significant impact on poultry production in the state. In May 2024, there was a massive fire at an Illinois poultry farm, resulting in the loss of tens of thousands of chickens, okay? This suspicious event has prompted investigations into possible causes and raised alarms about farm infrastructure vulnerabilities, okay? April 2024, Cal-Maine Foods culling chickens in Texas. Cal-Maine Foods, one of America's largest egg producers, culled nearly 2 million chickens in Texas after detecting bird flu. The company also temporarily shuttered its Texas facility, illustrating the extensive impact of the outbreak. Cal-Maine Foods culling chickens in Michigan, okay? An additional 1.6 million chickens across Texas and Michigan. Okay, in April 2024, there was an outbreak at a New Mexico chicken farm. In April 2024, an outbreak in Michigan. There have just been so many occurrences, y'all, okay? March 2024, outbreak at a Minnesota farm. Bird flu threat looms for cattle, okay? So they're saying that it's the bird flu, but somehow, and there's questions about that. I have questions about that. Bird flu, what started as bird flu, somehow spread to cattle. Now, how is that? How does that make sense? Okay. January 2024, there were egg shortages arise as millions of chickens lost to bird flu in California. December 2023, a fire at a Delaware farm resulting in the loss of 200,000 chickens. And it just goes on and on. There's a list, y'all. Okay. So again, it may or may not be talked about as headline news. You may be wondering, okay, why is the price of chicken so high at the store? I took a picture. I haven't shared it on the community tab, but there was a pack of chicken breast, y'all. It probably was like, I would say maybe 5, if that. It was $28 for a pack of chicken breast. So all of these things, okay? Whether it's a, I don't want to say whether it's a real event, but whatever they're calling it, whatever this thing is, this new thing, okay? It is having an effect on our food supply, and it is worth paying attention to, okay? I'm not telling you to stop eating meat, okay? This is not what I'm here to say, but no, what I am saying is it's a good idea for all of us to know where our food is coming from, okay? I've said this before here on the channel. Look into, and it requires some time and research, right? But look into chicken providers that provide clean food. And by that, I'm, just, how no preservatives, no additives, no this and no that. But do your research on that, but know where your food is coming from, okay? All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. Listen, thank you so much for tuning in again to the live with me. I appreciate you all. Again, I want to invite you to subscribe, join our community. Thank you always for your support, okay? Check the live video tab. All of my lives are saved under the live video tab. Make sure you check the community tab. That's where I share stories, polls, quizzes. I even do quizzes on the community tab. That's a place where we can communicate. I can post a story or post a poll, and you can respond in the comments, okay? Thank you all. Listen, I'll see you back in the next video. Be blessed. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for supporting me here on Andrea Speaks TV. Good night, y'all.